All right, test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. All righty. Can't tell if I've dropped any frames yet. All right, test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. And a very good afternoon to you and yours. We are out here in Lebanon, Missouri, a rare away game for our broadcast schedule. But of course, the Waynesville Lady Tigers, they are on the road today to take on their, well, relatively close rivals in the Lebanon Lady Yellow Jackets. Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3. Glad you could join me here for what promises to be another fun matchup between these two sides. Again, much like last time we saw these Lady Tigers in action, we've got two teams that are near 500. Waynesville right at 500. Lebanon just a game below, trying to get back to that mark. So two teams here, they've had some success, they've had some setbacks. Of course, we'll talk about Waynesville and what they were able to do last week. They had a lot of success and a few setbacks as well. So really, Waynesville kind of the picture of that story, to be honest with you. But Lebanon, they are very much the same way as well. So we're going to go ahead and take ourselves quite the pregame here today. We are going to get started about 4:30. It is senior night tonight here for the Lebanon Lady Yellow Jackets. Kind of a trend as of late. You might remember last Friday we had senior night for the Kickapoo Chiefs during the football game. Well, now we have senior night for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Typically, that's an end-of-season sort of thing. But hey, who's really counting, who's really judging? It really just matters that you pick a home game, if I'm being honest with you there. But again, glad you could join me here today. It is a hot Tuesday here today. You know, mid-September, not really known for 90-degree temperatures, but that is what we've got here today. One of only a few days in the week that we're going to be hitting 90-degree temperatures, and it just so happens that one of them falls here today. Thursday, by comparison, when we return home to take on Kickapoo, supposed to be in the 70s on that day. So this day a bit of an anomaly, but we'll see how the heat really kind of affects here today. I am outside, I'm right on the first base line, but it's nothing I can't handle, and hopefully you'll stick around with us and listen in today. So we're going to go and take our first timeout of the day. We're going to go and make it a couple of minutes here. We'll go and make it a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll go over Waynesville and what they accomplished last week. Like I said, a couple wins, a loss, coming off of a loss, want to get back in the win column. So back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes, you're listening to Waynesville Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. And once again, back out here in Lebanon, Missouri. Our coaches meeting at home plate here at the moment. Just a few minutes away, about 10 minutes away from getting going here. Today's Lady Tiger softball contest. Waynesville on the road here today. One of two road broadcasts we'll have for you this season to take on the Lebanon Lady Yellow Jackets. So Connor Harbin here with you today. Like I mentioned, Waynesville 7-7 on the year, coming off of a loss in their last game, trying to get back in the win column here today. But as we take a look at what they did last week, it was a week of successes and setbacks. Of course, you had some early success in the week. Monday, a thrilling 4-3 victory over Dixon. And then the next day, Tuesday, a 19-7 victory over Central in Springfield, the most runs that Waynesville has been able to put up on an opponent here this season. But unfortunately on Thursday, that offensive momentum did not really carry over as they were shut out by Glendale. Of course, a game you could have heard right here on Z102.3, 3-0 there in that one. You had some success even in that game. Starting pitcher Emma Ray, 17 strikeouts there in that one. But Waynesville as a whole was only able to collect 2 hits and only 3 base runners there as well. So they're going to want to pick up more offense here today. This is a Lebanon team that can score some runs even if they don't end up in the win column as often as they'd like to per se. But Lebanon, they're a team that's played a lot of games. They've played 21 games at this point in the schedule. They are 10-11 on the year. Winners of their last 3, coming off of the Branson Lady Pirate Invitational, played 5 games as part of that tournament last weekend, and they were winners against Hillcrest, Cassville, and Aurora. 12-1 against Hillcrest, 5-1 against Cassville, and then 12-5 against Aurora there. Before that, though, they had lost 4 straight. This is really a team that goes on extensive streaks, so hopefully Waynesville can break the winning streak and maybe set them down a new path once again. You do have a few common opponents this early in the season. Lebanon did lose to Camdenton earlier in the year, 11-1. They did defeat Hartville earlier in the year, 10-1. And also it is important to note that these two teams actually have played each other before. That was all the way back in August. The Morrisville tournament, it was Lebanon picking up a 5-1 victory over Waynesville there. So it's also a game of revenge here for Waynesville. They want to get back into the win column here. They want to take down this Lebanon side because really I think these two teams are fairly balanced when it's all said and done. But it's all going to start, of course, with the defensive side of things. You pick up a few runs here and there. Maybe you create some more run support, and then you try to lock them down when you're on the other side of the plate. So we'll go over the starting lineups here before we get to our national anthem here today. First and foremost for your Waynesville Lady Tigers, they're going to look a little bit something like this here today. Batting leadoff, your starting pitcher, Emma Ray, again coming off of 17 strikeouts against Glendale last Thursday. And then batting second, you'll have the center fielder, Alyssa Hillman. Batting third, the catcher, Riley Grosswiener. Batting fourth is the third baseman, Reagan Grosswiener. Then batting fifth, the first baseman, Brittany Davison. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Joe Jones. Batting seventh, your shortstop in Kendall Cobb. Your designated player today batting next up, that's going to be Giselle Perez. And then batting ninth, that'll be your right fielder in Jennifer Boyd. Your designated player, or should I say your flex player here today, will be playing out in left, and that is going to be the senior in Riley Voigt. Of course, the Lady Tigers, they are coached by Rochelle Maubach, 7-7 here on the year. Gonna go ahead and maybe wait it out here. Want to make sure. Yep, there we go. They'll be doing starting lineups themselves, so we'll go ahead and keep it locked in. We'll go ahead and tell you about the Lebanon starting lineup. This is how they're going to look today. The Lady Yellow Jackets, again, 10-11 on the season. Batting leadoff, that'll be the third baseman, Brooklyn O'Kane. And then batting second, that'll be your shortstop in Reagan McCowan. Batting third, the catcher, Gracie Waterman. Batting cleanup will be your first baseman, Taylor Rodden. Then batting fifth, that's the pitcher in Cameron Luthi. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Cameron Compton. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Peyton Jewell. Then batting eighth, you'll have the catcher, how about the center fielder in Bailey Randolph. Finally rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, that'll be the right fielder in Rylan Sexton. The Lady Yellow Jackets, 10-11 here on the season. Again, a hot day here in the middle of September. We'll go ahead and take ourselves another break. We'll go ahead and go through this national anthem here. We'll come back and we'll be ready for first pitch. Of course, we are on the road here today. It will be the Lady Tigers going up to the plate to start things off. So we're going to go ahead and make it how about a 3-minute timeout? Make it a 3-minute timeout. Come back in just a moment. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here once again to the Lebanon, Missouri softball field as we are just moments away, literal moments away from getting started today's Lady Tiger softball matchup. Again, Waynesville going to be taking on the Lebanon Lady Yellow Jackets. Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Of course, on the road here today, one of two road broadcasts we will have for you. Of course, our first one here today in Lebanon. Our second one coming up later in October, I do believe, as we do hit the road as I battle against the wind here today. Yes, we'll be going on the road to Crocker as well. The wind blowing so hard today at times that, well, tape's not even working out today. So I'll try my best to keep my papers in check. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and have ourselves a grand old time. You know, sometimes you'd really enjoy the wind, but tell you what, as everything's taped down here today and I'm just trying to keep everything in check, sometimes you just wonder. But we'll go ahead and get going here. Again, it'll be Cameron Luthi in the circle for the Lebanon Lady Jackets. Don't really have any stats for you on either side here today. I do have stats from Waynesville 13 games in, so they aren't really exact numbers, but we'll go ahead and kind of maybe cross-check them a few times here today. Remember, Waynesville coming in off of a shutout loss against Glendale, really looking to get those bats going here today. So Emma Ray going to approach the circle. It will be 1, 2, and 3 to start things out. Ray Hillman and Riley Gross-Wiener. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3, as Ray stands in on the right-hand side of the plate. Luthi, a junior pitcher. First pitch, Ray going to send a ground ball back to the circle. Luthi has it over to Rodden at first, and that'll be it for out number 1. So things going to start off in the top of the first with a 1-3 putout. And with Ray gone, that brings us to the left-handed hitting Alyssa Hillman. Hillman getting her first crack here as Luthi delivers. Steps forward in the box, watches it go by for ball 1. Getting down the first base side today. Don't have a nice view of the strike zone, if you will. Can pretty much tell high or low. Inside, outside will be of a bit of a mystery. We'll have to rely on the umpire a little bit today. Here's a ground ball, third base side that goes foul. And we'll even it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind blowing out towards left today. Again, it is a welcome wind at times, as long as it doesn't mess with my papers. It does feel very, very nice, though, on this above 90-degree day. The 1-1 now on its way. Chased a pitch down low, and that's going to be strike 2. Ball was in the dirt. Hillman still trying to slap one down the line. Couldn't hang up in time. And we'll go 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here is that 2-strike pitch. Up high, but it's sent down the third base side. Foul. And we'll do it again. So Hillman fouling off 1 2-strike pitch, trying to put one in play. Of course, loves to slap the ball down the lines. Has a lot of speed in that 2-hole. Here's the next 2-strike pitch, swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. Luthi picks up her first strikeout of the day, and that brings us to the first of the 2 Gross-Wieners, Riley Gross-Wiener. Riley behind the plate today. She'll be your catcher, batting third. Really has established that 3-hole for herself. First pitch, inside. It's going to be ruled ball 1. Of course, after this, we'll have Reagan playing third base today. 1-0 delivered now. Watched it go by, and that's going to be ruled strike 1. So count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the first 2 away here in the top of the first. Next pitch, swung on and missed, and we'll go 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good sized crowd on hand here today for both sides. Several of the Waynesville faithful behind me here today. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Just a bit outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And of course, Lebanon, senior night, very well attended themselves. Temperature not keeping too many people away from the ballpark today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luthi delivers. Swung on, missed, strike 3. And Waynesville will go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the first. So, Nothing doing here for the Lady Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Bottom of the second will go. Or, excuse me, how about bottom of the first will go? It's Waynesville nothing, Lebanon nothing. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Lebanon, about to start with the bottom half of the first here in today's Lady Tiger softball matchup. Waynesville nothing doing in the top half of the inning, but we'll see if they're able to keep Lebanon to a similar stat line here as Emma Ray finishes her warm-up tosses. And of course, we'll get a quick infield meeting before we get going here with the top of the Lebanon starting lineup. It's Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Glad you could join us. The first of 3 Waynesville broadcasts we'll have this week for you. 2 softball games and, of course, a football game. Not the last time we'll see Lebanon either. Of course, we'll see them in Friday's football contest. One of 3 trips to Lebanon I'm making this week. First pitch on the way. Emma Ray delivers to Brooklyn O'Kane. Is in there for a called strike 1. Again, Ray, 17 strikeouts against Glendale last Thursday, and now going to get a swing and a miss here for strike 2. 17 strikeouts out of 26 batters faced. That is a good ratio if you didn't know. Fortunately, did take the loss in that one, 0-2. Well high, 1-2. O'Kane, McCowan, and Waterman. That'll who start things off for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Next pitch on the way, also high and outside. That'll be ball 2. So Ray, a couple quick strikes, but now 2 outside the zone, even things back up. They're trying to blow it by O'Kane. Next pitch, high pop up. This will go over the net. It'll land just over to our right, and we'll do it again, 2-2. I am in foul ball territory today. Just hit me. That one just barely clearing the net. If that was where I'd actually set up, which I was thinking about, I would have gotten to take home a souvenir. Here's a ball line down the right field line. This could be trouble coming up on the right fielder, and she's not going to be able to hang on. That's Boyd out in right. Had a chance at it, but couldn't hang on, and so Lebanon will have their first base runner today on an error. That'll be an error on right. And so O'Kane finds her way aboard. And that brings us now to the shortstop, Reagan McCowan. McCowan batting from the right-hand side. First pitch, swung on, missed it, but the ball goes to the backstop, and that's going to allow O'Kane to head on over to second. That'll be a pass ball. And Lebanon's got a chance at their first run. Scoring position here with nobody out. Next pitch, shallow pop-up, could be possible. Davison backs up beyond the bag, and she'll make the grab. And that'll be out number 1. Holds O'Kane. Combining some names, holds O'Kane over there on second. And so, a good first out here for Waynesville. That'll bring us to the catcher and our first senior of the day. Second senior of the day in Gracie Waterman. Again, it is senior night for Lebanon. First pitch on the way, called strike 1. Taking off for third is O'Kane. She'll find her way safely. No throw. And so Lebanon just one bag away from today's opening run. 0-1 the count. Next pitch outside, 1-1. Again, Waterman behind the plate. 5 seniors on this Lady Yellow Jackets roster. 4 of them are in today's starting lineup. 1-1. That swung on and missed. Got to chase a pitch down low, and it goes 1-2. Ray looking for that first strike out here today. Has another 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. High and outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Get you some field dimensions here in a moment as the next pitch is on its way. Shallow ground ball, but it rolls foul. And we get another 2-strike pitch coming up. 2-10 down the lines. And in fact, that's the only signage we'll have out there. So I can't tell you what it is to deep center, but I know it's 2-10 down the lines. About the same length we saw over in Iberia the other day. Last week as part of that Frisco League softball tournament. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and that'll be Ray's first strikeout of the day. That's a great second out. Now the play becomes a play over to first. You can ignore the runner over on third. Just get the out at first. And so, with Waterman put away, here comes first baseman Taylor Rodden. Rodden fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Rodden, another one of those seniors. She's playing first today. First base, batting cleanup, 0-1. Another pitch down around the knees. Tried to take a cut at it, misses contact, 0-2. Ray has Rodden perhaps right where she wants her. So 0-2, trying to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Fouled off to the backstop, and it'll stay. No balls, 2 strikes. After Rodden would be Luthi. Would get our second pitcher v. pitcher matchup. But here's the next 2-strike pitch. Hard line drive, first base side, but it's foul. Well struck ball, but just foul, and so how about a third opportunity here at 0-2? Again here in the bottom of the first. Waynesville playing to get above 500. Lebanon trying to get back to 500. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. 7-7. Waynesville had their 3-win streak broken last time out. Next 2-strike pitch. Had the height, didn't have the width per se. 2-2, just a bit outside. So from 0-2, another 2-2 count. 2s across the board. Here's the pitch. Swung on, missed, strike 3. So Ray will strike out 2 in a row, and that'll get her out of the inning with nothing on the board. So the error results in nothing here for Lebanon after the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the top of the second now. Still no score here between Waynesville and Lebanon. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here once again, Lebanon, Missouri, not too far from our home base of Waynesville. Top of the second, still no score here in today's Lady Tiger softball matchup. Waynesville and Lebanon both going scoreless in the first inning. Lebanon stranding a runner on third. We'll see if Waynesville can't get something going here. 4, 5, and 6. The true middle of the lineup coming up here for Waynesville. Here's a first pitch ground ball over towards the center of second. And beating it out, that'll be Reagan Grosswiener. Grosswiener hustles down the line. And she'll find her way aboard. Base hit, infield base hit. Here for Waynesville, first hit of the day for either side. Nobody out, we'll see if they can't try to bring her around here. So with Reagan aboard, here's Brittany Davison. Squaring up to bunt, pops it up. And that ball's going to be fielded by the third baseman. O'Kane at third, hard charging on it. Bunt's popped up in the air for the catch and the out. So Davison retired, and now here comes Joe Jones. Jones batting sixth today, playing second. Facing Luthi for the first time today. Hard swing. Here's a ground ball that gets into left field for a base hit. Reagan Grosswiener over to second, and Jones will find her way aboard. It'll be first and second with one out. Jones wasting no time finding a pitch she likes. Sends one easily out in the left field, and so Waynesville, they've got their first runner in scoring position here today. With one out, how about Kendall Cobb? Cobb squaring up to bunt, pitches low in the dirt. Fielding it cleanly behind the plate, though, was Waterman. Neither runner able to advance, 1-0. Cobb batting from the right-hand side. 1-0 delivered. Trying to bunt, takes a stab at it, misses, but the pitch does go to the backstop. It's a wild pitch, and both runners advance. So how about second and third now with one out? Very good chance now for Waynesville if you can't find a ground ball into the outfield. Maybe even a ground ball that stays in the infield. Grosswiener over at third, speedy enough to find her way home. 1-1 now, still trying to bunt, bunts it foul. We'll go 1 ball, 2 strikes. After this, Giselle Perez. Designated player, batting 8th today. Then we'd finish off the lineup with right fielder Jennifer Boyd. Then we go back to the top. 2-strike pitch on its way. Cobb swinging a miss. Chase it a bit. Throw's going to have to go over to first. It's going to be there. Cobb a bit slow out of the box, but it'll still register as a K. And that'll be out number 2. So Waynesville in danger of stranding a couple runners here. Perez, though, to the plate. She'll try to change that. First pitch on its way from Luthi, up high, it's ball 1. We've seen Perez in the field. We've seen Perez as a designated player a few times this season as well. Normally appears in the outfield for Waynesville. 1-0. High and inside, it's ball 2. Well ahead in the count now after the first couple pitches of this at-bat. Again on deck, Jennifer Boyd. Emma Ray would be after that. 2-0 on its way now. Perez laying off again, but this time it finds the lower corner. And it's 2-1. Grosswiener on third, Jones on second. 2 singles for the two of them. Both advanced on a wild pitch. 2-1. Perez swinging away, but she can't make contact. We'll go 2-2. Perez again, a left-handed batter. One of a few on this year's Lady Tiger squad. 2-strike pitch from Luthi on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Waynesville will strand a couple runners as well. So, Waynesville threatens, but a couple strikeouts for Cameron Luthi. Sends us on into the bottom half of the second. There were no runs, there were 2 hits, there was no errors, and there was 2 runners left over on base. We'll head on in. Like I said, bottom of the second, still no score here between Waynesville and Lebanon. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Lebanon once again, bottom of the second. Of course, a 7-inning contest here today. The Waynesville Lady Tigers unfortunately do leave a couple stranded in the top half of the inning, so still no score, despite a couple of hits coming up at the top of the inning. 5, 6, and 7 here for Lebanon. It's going to start with the pitcher, Cameron Luthi. Here's a cut, first pitch, no contact, 0-1. Connor Harbert here with you. Z102.3 today. Again, one of 2 road games we'll have for you. This one, Crocker later on in October. Next pitch, too high. Luthi thought about it for a brief moment. Able to hold up on it, though. Thought better of it. We go 1-1. Luthi, Compton, Jewell. Pitcher, left fielder, second baseman for Lebanon. Here's a swing. Shallow pop-up. Spins to the left, though, and it goes foul, so it'll be strike 2. Emma Ray in the circle. Already a couple strikeouts today. A couple big strikeouts. Lebanon able to put a runner aboard on the first batter of the game on an error. But they left her stranded over on third. Keeping this scoreless tie. 2-strike pitch. Foul tip to the backstop. We'll stay 1-2. But yes, of course. As I mentioned, one of 2 road games. Crocker, an exact date on that for you. October 3rd. Look forward to it. Here's a shallow pop-up. Could be trouble here. That ball's going to find its fair territory. Kind of found no man's land with the shallow pop-up. And it'll fall for an infield base hit. Riley Grossfener having to pop out from behind home plate to try to track that one down in time. Caught the tip of the glove, but ultimately fell in. And so Luthi finds her way aboard. Well, she'll be replaced by a pinch runner here. Luthi, of course, the pitcher. Running for her will be Michaela Dawson. Thanks, Mr. PA announcer. Had a number on the field right now that is not on the roster. But it is Michaela Dawson, and that is that 5th senior for you. So all 5 seniors going to appear in today's game for Lebanon. You'll love to see it. Before we get to our next batter, though, Cameron Compton, quick infield visit. Mabach, though, going to head on back to the dugout, though. And we'll get going here. Runner on first, nobody out. Cameron Compton to the plate. First pitch to Compton. Very fast pitch. Ray throwing some heat. Compton can't catch up. It's 0-1. Ray very much a speedy pitcher. She'll blow it by you. 0-1 now on its way. Bit high. Dawson over at first. Takes a rather large hop, but goes back. 1-1. One ball, one strike. Next pitch. Ground ball over to second. Jones is going to go on by her. The runner coming around, and that ball is going to get past the right fielder, and this is going to be a run. Bit of a defensive breakdown there for Waynesville in a couple ways. And ending up over on third will be Compton as Lebanon takes a 1-0 lead. It'll officially go down as a triple. But there were a couple of different places, honestly, that ball could have been stopped. Jones over at second. The runner coming just by as that pitch went through. So it was a hard play to make. But then out in right field, that ball just sneaking on past Boyd and Hillman. Not able to take the right angle on it. So 1-0 now in favor of Lebanon. Peyton Jewell to the plate now. Already no 1 count. Next pitch. Swung on, miss. Strike 2. Jewell is senior. Batting 7th, playing second. Runner on third, nobody out. Waynesville trying to limit it to just the 1 run. Here's the 0-2. Trying to bunt now. Bunts it foul. Are they going to say she slapped it? Nope. It was a bunt. And so that'll go down as out number 1. The 2 strikes bunt. Foul ball. I'll go down as I believe a strikeout. I'll be honest with you, haven't seen too many of those in my time. We'll go ahead and write K for now, though. It's still an out. 1 ball, no strikes here to center fielder Bailey Randolph. There's no time to get introspective. We'll just mark it and move on. So Randolph, the center fielder, batting 8th. Already down 1-1 here. Takes a cut, but again can't catch up to Ray. Runner still over on third. The 1-strike pitch also swung on and missed. Now it's 1-2. Obviously, a second out here would be ideal. So then you can focus on just getting the next batter out. Don't have to think so much about that runner on third. As the 1-2's delivered up high for ball 2. And trying to just limit the damage here. Lebanon's already taken that 1-0 lead. Next 2-strike pitch. That blows it right by. Make it 2 straight Ks now for Ray. And there you go, 2 down. And here comes the number 9 batter, right fielder Rylan Sexton. Sexton of the 4 freshmen on the varsity roster. She's the only one in today's lineup. Batting 9th, playing out and right. First pitch too low, below the knees. It's ball 1. Now wind alternating between left and center field today. As another strong breeze moves by. I'm sure you can hear it. I'm sure it's being picked up. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 1. I need to get a windscreen for this mic. I apologize. Or a windsock, or whatever you want to call it. 1-1 now. Foul ball off to the net. And it's 1-2. So after the first pitch misses low, 2 straight strikes have got Ray back out in front. But Lebanon leads the team battle here at 1-0. Here's that 2-strike pitch. Swung on, missed. It gets away. The throw's going to have to go over to first. The throw has to go to first. They're going to make the throw over to Davison, and it's going to be in time. And we'll see, as the runner did come home as well, if that'll stick. I don't think it will, and I think it'll stay 1-0. I'll update you when we come back if that changes, but as of now, it's 3 straight Ks for Emma Ray to end the inning. She's got 5 total. Lebanon, though, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. Into the top of the 3rd we go here in Lebanon. Our score now, Lebanon 1, Waynesville nothing. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Jennifer Boyd to the plate as we come back, top of the 3rd. Boyd slapping it back to the circle here. Nobody covering first, though, and so she's going to hustle her way through. Rodden over at first, charging on the, well, wasn't a bunt, more like a slap there. Normally, you'd have the second baseman covered. That would be Jewel. She didn't leave her zone over there, so first base left unoccupied, and that'll go down as a quick base hit here to start off the 3rd for Jennifer Boyd. So Waynesville, that tying run already on the base pass, and we go back to the top of the order now. Here with Emma Ray. Ray working quickly. Here's a ground ball over to short. Could be 2. They get the lead runner at second. The throw to first is not going to be in time. It's actually going to hit our first base coach over there. Heads up. Ball ricochets off the glove, so it'll go down as a fielder's choice. As Boyd's thrown out at second, Ray does find her way on first. Well, actually, I think we'll actually need to give that an error on the first baseman, Rodden, who wasn't able to put the glove on it. We will have a pinch runner, though. Courtesy runner, if you will. Camden Rains set to run. She'll replace Ray here with 1 out. Hillman puts one down the line, but it's foul. She'll have to come back with an 0-1 count. Waynesville putting bat to ball here early on. They have picked up 4 strikeouts, but they have been able to foul off pitches. 3 hits on the day. They just need to string some together. 0-1 now. Here's a swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 2. They've already surpassed their total against Glendale back on Thursday. Flashback to that game, 2 total hits for Waynesville. No balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Ground ball over to short. Again, a chance at a double play. Nobody at second. The throw has to go to first, and she's not going to be in time there either. So nobody covering second, so they couldn't try for the double play. The shortstop, McCowan, then having to make the throw over to first, but she hesitated too long on it, trying to go to second. And so Hillman's able to beat the throw there too. It'll be an infield single. It'll be first and second now with 1 out. Here's Riley Grosvenor. Riley back to the plate. First pitch inside. It's ball 1. Catcher Grosvenor, last time up, struck out. So 0 for 1 on the day. By the way, Hillman now 1 for 2. Ray 0 for 2, but did reach base. Jennifer Boyd 1 for 1 on the day. 1 ball, no strikes. Luthi, the next one. Pop up, right side. Could be handled by Jewel, but she can't make the grab. That'll land out there in the outfield. Everybody's going to advance, and it'll be bases loaded with 1 out here for Waynesville. That'll be the second error of the inning here for Lebanon. This time on the second baseman, Jewel. But it's an error that Waynesville will take, as it does put runners on every bag. Here with the cleanup hitter, Reagan Grosvenor, to the plate. Excuse me. How about a infield fly? Completely forgot about it, to tell you what. So how about no bases loaded? Got to get back to spring mode here. So I apologize. There's 2 down. Runners on second and third. Here's a swing. Ground ball back to the circle. Throw over to first will be in time. And so unfortunately, that will be it here for the inning. So apologies. Forgot about the infield fly rule. And always, you never really think about it until it's too late there. That'll end the inning, though, with, again, 2 runners left over on base. So again, for the second straight inning, runners stranded on second and third. Waynesville picks up no runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error. And again, 2 runners left over on base. Bottom of the third we go here in Lebanon, with Lebanon leading this one 1-0. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Well, back here in Lebanon, 1-0 our score. A 1-0 count here to Brooklyn O'Kane as we return to the top of the Lebanon order. How about a 2-0 count now as the next pitch misses a little bit low. Connor Harvard here with you, Z102.3. Waynesville unfortunately held scoreless once again in the third, despite putting runners on second and third. Second straight inning. And now we'll have a 3-0 count here real quick here to start off the third. And now we'll have time called. As Coach Maumbach makes her way out to talk things over with her pitcher, Ray. Ray tonight with 5 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Business as usual, but has had a problem with allowing leadoff base runners aboard. The leadoff base runner has gotten aboard in each of the first 2 innings, and now here in the third, a 3-0 count. In danger of walking that leadoff batter aboard. Of course, Waynesville able to work around it the first time, not so lucky that second time round. So our meeting will end here, and we'll return back to it. O'Kane, who reached on an error her first time up, not really Ray's fault. 3-0. It's high and outside, so that'll lead off with the walk. So O'Kane aboard over on first, and that'll bring us to the shortstop, Reagan McCowan. Last time, McCowan popped out to first. Batting from the right-hand side. First up, tries to lay down a bunt, goes foul. O'Kane, who took off for second, has to go back to first. Again, a couple missed opportunities for Waynesville to put some runs on the board themselves. That sneaky infield fly rule. First and second with 1 out. You can almost certainly call that infield fly rule. Next pitch on the way. Going to get past the catcher. O'Kane's going to take second. So the wild pitch advances O'Kane. She's now in scoring position here. Possible second run here for Lebanon in the middle stages of this one. Here's the 1-1. High fly ball. Shallow outfield. Coming up on a Tillman, but she's not going to be able to run it down. O'Kane having to hold up on second. She won't advance, but it will go down as a base hit for McCowan. And the ball just high enough that O'Kane wasn't able to run. Having to hold up there in case that ball was caught. Hillman hard charging on it, but just not able to run it down there. So it'll be first and second, nobody out now. Lebanon's third hit on the day. And that brings us to the catcher, Gracie Waterman. First pitch to the catcher. Here's a hard ground ball, first base side. Davison has it. She'll take it to the bag herself. Meanwhile, both runners do advance, but there will be 1 out. So a nice unassisted play for the first baseman, Brittany Davison. But Waynesville now having to worry about runners on second and third with the cleanup batter approaching. Here's Taylor Rodden. Rodden 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch swinging, another hard ground ball, but this one's going to go out into right field. This is going to score at least 1 run. Rounding third, that's going to be McCowan. She'll be safe, and the throw to home plate's going to get away, so Rodden will move on over to second. It'll be ruled a 2 RBI single. The Lebanon has themselves a 3-0 lead. So 1 out in the inning, but now Lebanon leading this one 3-0. First pitch now to the next batter, Cameron Luthi. It's outside, ball 1. The 1 out, a ground ball to first unassisted. The 1-0 now, ground ball this time to short. That's going to get past the diving Cobb. Out into center field it goes. Rodden's going to round. She's going to try to score. Ray going to just eat the ball in the circle. No throw home. And make it 4-0 now. A 3-run inning here for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Cobb diving after that one, trying to keep it in the infield. Solid effort, just a couple inches past the glove. And so Luthi has herself an RBI, and this game's been blown open just a little bit. Obviously still plenty of softball left to be played, but now a 4-run deficit. Pop fly, first pitch of the at-bat, Cameron Compton. Facing an 0-1 count. Compton 1 for 1 with an RBI. Triple her last time up. This pitch runs inside, and that's going to catch her. It's a hit by pitch. And that'll put runners on first and second here with 1 out. So Peyton Jewell back to the plate now. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch, fouled off the mask of the umpire. It's 0-1. That's why they wear them. So 0-1. Sixth batter of the inning. Nope, how about the seventh batter of the inning? Next pitch, inside, ball one. This inning got started with a walk, then a single. After the ground out to first, a 2 RBI single for Taylor Rodden got the scoring started. Here's a check swing, but the pitch is going to be ruled in there anyway. How about a 1-2 count? After the 2 RBI single, another RBI single for Cameron Luthi has got us to where we are now, 4-0 in favor of Lebanon. 2-strike pitch now. Ground ball, first base side, but it's going to go foul. And we'll get a second heaping here at 1-2. Again, trying to hold to just the 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. Runners on first and second. Change up. In there. Ruled strike 3. Both runners going to take off. Throw down to third is not going to be there. So it'll be second and third, but now with 2 outs as Ray will pick up the strikeout. Nice changing of speeds to get Jewel. It's a very efficient strikeout pitch for Ray. We've seen her do it several times this season. Like pulling a string. 6th strikeout of the day, 2 outs, and now there's a swing and a miss by Bailey Randolph. Here's an 0-1 count. So second and third, but the play is over at first. 0-1. Goes up high. But Randolph holds up. It's 1-1. The 1-strike pitch now, swung on and missed again. 1-2 now. Randolph 0 for 1. She struck out back in the second. Here's a 2-strike pitch now. Also swung on, missed. How about strike 3? And that will end the inning. But Lebanon does pick up 3 runs in the inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. And there was 2 runners left over on base. So we'll head to a new inning. How about the 4th here in this one? Waynesville now trailing by 4 runs here to Lebanon. 4-0 in favor of Lebanon. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Top of the 4th here in Lebanon, 4-0. Waynesville trailing the Lady Yellow Jackets here today. First pitch here to Brittany Davison. Fouled off weakly to the right-hand side. It's strike 1. Connor Harmony here with you. Z102.3. 5, 6, and 7. Davison, Jones, and Cobb are all going to get a chance to hit here for the Lady Tigers as they try to get back into this one. Again, trailing here by 4 runs. 0-1 now to Davison. It's going to be ruled strike 2. Davison tried to lay down a bunt her last time up. Popped it up, though. Was caught by the third baseman. Nobody aboard, though. Swinging away here. 0-2. Next pitch, outside. Good eye. It's 1-2. Getting the pitch back here. It's 1-2. Cameron Luthi still in the circle. Here's the next one. Swung on, miss, strike 3. And that'll be out number 1. So a strikeout here to begin the top of the 4th, and that brings us to Joe Jones. Jones wasting no time in her first time up to the plate. First pitch, hard hit ball right up the middle for a single. She got stranded though over on second. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter next batter as Jones swings away on the first pitch. No contact, 0-1. Looks like we'll have Camden Rains next batter up. Seen her as a courtesy runner today. Now we'll see her at the plate. 0-1 now. Pop up left side, could be playable, but O'Kane not able to make a run on it. We'll go 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And again, 1 away. Already 1 strikeout for Luthi here in the 4th. Looking to make it a second. Looking to make it 6 strikeouts on the day. Here's that 0-2 pitch. Change up, pitch low in the dirt. That's going to be a chance for Jones to run down to first. Here's the throw, and it's not going to be in time. She's going to be safe over at first. So Jones beats the throw down the line. It'll still go down as a strikeout, but still only 1 out. As Jones finds her way aboard for the 2nd time here today. So Jones aboard, and we'll see a train here of pinch hitters. First up, Rains, but it looks like we'll see Soraya Horsey after this. Here's Rains, though. She'll be batting for Kendall Cobb. First pitch up, squaring up to bunt, pulls it back, throw over to first, and Jones just going to barely beat it back. A little bit closer than maybe we all would have liked, but Jones does get the foot in time. Waterman behind the plate, not scared to challenge. Fired that one in. But it is an 0-1 count. Pitch was ruled a strike. Sluthi delivers. Here's a bunt down the third base side. It's a good bunt. Going to try to hustle down the line. Maybe get him safe, and she is. Great bunt by Camden Rains down the line. And then good hustle down the line. The opposite line to beat it out. That'll go down as an infield single. So Rains making the most out of her pinch hitting appearance. How about Soraya Horsey? First and second, 1 out. First and second, and here's Horsey. 1 out. First pitch, high and inside, it's ball 1. Waynesville in the last 2 innings has left 2 runners left stranded. Let's hope that trend does not continue here. Waynesville going to need some runs. Horsey, a freshman, has been able to pick up some hits this season. She watched one go by for a called strike 1. Limited action, but still enough to have a relatively decent batting average. We'll see if I can't pull it up here. Again, through 13 games. .350. Here's a swing and a foul ball. We'll go 1-2. 7 hits and 20 at-bats for Horsey. Again, that was before the Glendale game, so might be a little bit off. I know we saw Horsey in that game. 2 strikes against Horsey here. The pitch. Washed one, but it finds the inside half. And that'll be strike 2. Strike 3, I should say. Out number 2. The words I was trying to find there. So runner still on first and second, but Waynesville gonna need a hit. Gonna need to find some way to get on base here. Here's Jennifer Boyd. First pitch to Boyd, popped it up, third base side, going after it the shortstop. And that'll be McCown who makes the catch, and again leaves another couple of Waynesville runners. So again, Waynesville finds themselves some base runners, but again, a 0 on the board. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and there was 2 runners left over on base. Bottom of the 4th now, officially halfway through this one, and Waynesville continues to trail here by 4 to Lebanon. It's 4-0 back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Bottom of the 4th, again, officially halfway through this one here in Lebanon. Waynesville trailing 4-0. Another couple of runners left stranded. But trying to hold on to that 4-run deficit. It's Connor Harbor here with you today, Z102.3. 9-1-2 as Ray delivers the first pitch to Ryland Sexton. Outside, to the backstop it goes, 1-0. Bit of a setback for Waynesville in the previous inning. 3 runs across for the Lady Yellow Jackets. But still, at this point in time, 3 innings to work with for Waynesville. Here's a pitch, lined right field side, but it hooks foul. And that'll even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Emma Ray still in the circle. Was knocked around a bit in the 3rd, but still was able to put up a couple strikeouts. She's got 7 on the day. Lebanon 4 runs, 5 hits. The 1-1. Another fly ball right field side. Again, that one goes foul. Defensive substitution, by the way, as I look out there and right. Actually, a couple substitutions. Second base now. That's going to be Jennifer Boyd. She comes in from right, now out in right field. How about Anna Peterson? Here's another line drive right field side, but foul. Sexton right now, a good eye on it. Just needs to straighten it out. So Wright continues to look for that would-be strike 3. It looks like those are the only changes. Trying to look out there and left. It still looks to be Riley Voigt. Of course, you have Hillman in center. The next pitch going back to the changeup. Close, but just barely misses the zone. It's 2-2. Two and two the count. Next pitch. Soft ground ball, second base side. Davison has it, flips over to Boyd. Boyd going to be on the bag in time for out number 1. Davison taking the ground ball. Boyd wisely going over to the bag. Almost lost her balance, but was able to hang on. And that'll go down as the old 3-4 putout for out number 1. That'll bring us back to the top of the order, though. Here's Brooklyn O'Kane. First pitch to O'Kane. Change up in there, ruled strike 1. O'Kane 0 for 1, but has reached base twice tonight. Reached on an error to start off the game in the first. Walked in the third. Hard hit ground ball over to second. That's going to get past Boyd in the right field. Right center. That one's going to roll all the way up to the fence. This is going to be extra bases here for O'Kane. She's going to try to make it 3 as Boyd fields the ball out there in second. And she's going to stop at third with a 1-out triple. So O'Kane picks up her first hit of the day. Has reached base in all 3 plate appearances. But her first base hit's a big one. It's triple. And now Lebanon threatens to add another one here. Here's the first pitch. That's going to get into right field, and that will score the run. Reagan McCowan with an RBI single. And again, I'll make it 5-0 Lady Yellow Jackets. 2 hard hit ground balls right side. And they just snuck right on by, right in between Boyd and Davison. So runner on first, 5-0 now. A 1-0 count here to Gracie Waterman. Waterman today, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground down. 1-0 now. That one's delivered in there for strike one. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. As McCowan steals successfully. So 1-1 count at the plate. Now that runner in second. The one-strike pitch. Shallow line drive. Boyd not able to put a glove on it. McCowan's going to head over to third. She'll be in safely. It'll be runners at the corners with 1 out.
Now batting for Yellow Jacket senior, number 25, Taylor Rodden.
So Boyd not able to put a glove on the line drive, and that means it'll be runners at the corners, but still 1 out. Here's a dangerous batter. It's Taylor Rodden. Rodden, her last time up, 2 RBIs. Made it a 3-0 ball game at the time. First pitch ruled in there, strike one. Throw goes over to the shortstop Cobb, trying to maybe catch McCowan leaning towards home, but gonna stick put over on third. So we'll just go 0-1. Good thought. McCowan just not biting. Here's the 0-1 now. Ground ball over to first. Davison has it. They're going to send the runner home. Steps on first for 1 out. The throw is going to sail wide. It's going to be 6-0 Lebanon. So they'll trade out for run here, but Lebanon now leads here by 6. It'll go down as a ground out. 3 unassisted, but an RBI for Rodden. She's got 3 now. With 2 outs, in steps the pitcher, Cameron Luthi. First pitch, Luthi, fly ball, right center. This could be trouble. Hillman giving chase, but makes the grab for out number 3. Hillman reaches up and makes the grab and takes away what would have almost certainly been another run for Lebanon and limits the damage to just 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. But another 2 runs for Lebanon. 2 runs coming across on 3 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. So we'll take a step into the 5th inning now, top of the 5th, with Waynesville now needing 6 runs to get back into this one. 6-0 our score, back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball right here on Z102.3. Back to it here. 3 innings left to play. Top of the 5th here in this one. Waynesville now finding themselves trailing Lebanon 6-0 after another couple of Lady Yellow Jacket runs in the bottom half of the 4th. Connor Harbert here with you today. Z102.3. Top of the order coming up for Waynesville. 1, 2, and 3. Ray, Hillman, and Gross-Wiener all set to bat. And of course, we'll get started here with Emma Ray. Waynesville able to generate runners. Just haven't been able to bring them around. No runs on 5 hits here today. Did pick up an extra runner as well on an error. Actually 7 base runners total if you want to comp that drop strikeout in the previous half inning. First pitch to Emma Ray. Swung on, fouled it off to the net. We'll go 0-1. Ray's day, 0 for 2. Ground out to the pitcher to start things off, top of the 1st. Reached on an error by the first baseman, Rodden, back in the 3rd. However, Ray was left stranded, or should I say Camden Rains, throws. The courtesy runner in that instance was left stranded over on third. 0-1's going to sail high. It's 1-1. Don't forget, this is just the first of 3 broadcasts we'll have for you this week. One of 2 softball games. We'll be back to Waynesville on Thursday. Here's a swing, shallow pop up. That's going to go back to the circle, though. Luthi not going to have to travel too far to make the grab and record the first out of the inning. So Rag retired, that's out number 1. And here comes Alyssa Hillman. Hillman's 1 for 2. Strikeout, but a single her last time up. Trying to take a slap at it here, misses 0-1. Singled and then was left stranded at second. 0-1 on its way.